All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. For those of you with eyes that see, a lot going on in that sky right there. There are so many faces and characters and scenes and symbolism. It will twist your melon. Um, I can't slow down the speed rate on this, so we're just kind of stuck with the what we got right here. But there are a lot of faces, just so much going on in there that if you look at it too long, it will give you a migraine and make your ears ring. So I'll put the link to this in the description, or I'll also post it in the community so you can come over here and stop, pause this little frame at a time, little segment at a time, and look at each scene and each face and multiple faces in multiple dimensions with some faces being an eye, an entire face will be an eye to another bigger face. It's just this is God's handiwork. This is all the characters that I have captured in the sky before and more. This is all of heaven looking down right now. It's apocalyptic sky. I don't even know what to say or where to begin. I'll just let you guys look at that for a minute while I kind of take a deep breath here. This was taken March 2nd, yesterday, over Australia, over northern Australia. And the person that's taking it probably sees some weird looking cloud structure and is like taking pictures of it because it's so, weird looking. But little do they know what they're capturing. Little do they know what's looking right back at them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'll let you guys come over, or you can look at this link and go through it yourself, little piece by piece. There's no way to slow down the speed. I could pause it real quick and just point out the thumbnail, which is off the hook. Right here. Oh, wait, hit the wrong button. Oh, what's the sound? Let me get it when it comes back again. There's just so much going on in this sky. So many characters and creatures and faces and entities. Right here, this is the thumbnail. An eye, a cow-like nose with lips. It's blowing. It's got horns up here. A third, there's like a little devil character, a baby devil with horns up above it up here. All kind of cartoonish looking like, but multiple faces in multiple dimensions. There's an eye right here, but another eye right next to it. If you connect this eye with this eye, it's a different face. There's a face looking straight at you and a profile. Here's a nose ridge right here that's part of a different face. There's just multiple dimensions, multiple faces, multiple levels, different characters. It's just off the hook. Like I said, if you look at this for too long, it will give you a migraine and make your ears ring. So we're going to move away from this a little bit here. Let me just finish playing it. You see that one right there that I pointed out? All kinds of them. They're just, see this heart right here? Unbelievable. Absolutely amazing. An open heaven. It's just all these creatures in heaven looking down on earth in the clouds. Just faces connected with faces, sharing eyes together, different creatures with different lips, stuff that looks like it's out of Star Wars or Star Trek. Look at this one up here, growling. There's a heart down here. just all kinds of weird stuff in this whole display. Even going down into here, there's faces and stuff too. So that's why I'll put the link in the description, and you could come over here and tint it and do everything you can. This is the way I have to do it here with the camera and stuff is just not doing it justice. But I think you guys are seeing some of the stuff. If I can get them wavy lines out of there just a tad bit, get a smooth image here. But yeah, there are just multiple faces, multiple dimensions. And what I mean by dimensions is a bigger face out of a smaller face. Just off the hook. All right. So, anyways, let me just finish playing that one more time. Trying to get these wavy lines out of there just does not do it justice. It kills this light in the background. Like I said, March 2nd over Australia. Amazing stuff. Whew. All right. I got to get away from that because I got to focus here. So let's get back over to a solar report here and get into position 1 here. Now, for some of you guys just saw what I saw or could see something else as well, you can see why I have to divert away from that for a minute and get to the solar report. We will be covering that stuff in the spiritual report tonight, though, so stick around if you dare. All right, here we go. 3/3/2024. Oh boy, we are ever so close. All right, a little more brightness there. As you can see, not a lot of activity on the sun today. That's good. It's a little splatter down here. Slow motion event over here on the side, but doesn't really produce much. So many faces in the clouds. I can explain that for you, David, at the end here. I know you're curious, and I will explain why. You probably won't believe me, but I will explain why. Anyways, where's my little arrow here? Anyways, we had this little slow motion event right here. Not much to see. Really, not much to see. We got to move on. Oh, one thing I did want to point out, down here in the corner, this little sun-diving comet popping in there really quick. And it's going a lot faster than our regular ones. That one almost looked like a hypersonic missile type one. Usually they curve a little bit as they come in. But right there, bink, just a tad bit. Hauling ass in there. All right, not much to see other than that. Moving on over here. You can see our GOES X-ray flux. Here's our box for today. Here's that little hiccup right here. So not much going on. As we go into tomorrow, there's some weird little activity here or drop out of data. But then other than that, not much to really zoom in on. I want to keep moving on. 1% on your X flares, 25 on the M, which means, less chance of activity, which is a good thing. All of our sunspots, 3595, still the one to kind of watch out for. Thank God it's only beta gamma, and there's no delta component yet. It hasn't started mixing, which is good. But over here, as you can see on our KP, G2 magnetic storm. That little side swipe that we were expecting on the 3rd did hit, and it caused a magnetic storm, probably 5.7, somewhere around there at the highest, okay? So we did take on some energy, and it lit up the auroras for a little while. They're back down to normal now because you can see we're in green again, but there was a little yellow band in there for a while. So that means we absorb some energy. And you know me, I'm a stickler for absorption. I really don't care how, if it sideswiped this, if it hit us, if it did this, if it missed or whatever. G1, G2, I am worried about the absorption because that's what's affecting our core. All right, moving on though, a CME shockwave passage was detected just before 9 UTC this morning, although the solar wind speed is not all that high. The BZ component of the interplanetary magnetic field, the IMF, has been pointing sharply south for a long duration. Minor G1 magnetic storming is being observed at higher latitudes. All right, update. Here's the update. Moderate G2 now. So the moderate G2 magnetic storm threshold was reached at 2059. The BZ component of the IMF continues to point south periodically, and this could contribute to prolonging the storm. Aurora sky watchers are at high latitudes should be alert. Okay, AR 3590, the source of the 3X class solar flares and much hype of the past few weeks, is now turning onto the west limb. Despite being a large magnetically complex sunspot group, it failed to generate Earth-directed eruptions. Wrong. We got an X6.3 out of it. We got an X.1. We got 3 X flares out of it that were all Earth-directed. They just didn't cause a geomagnetic storm. So, let me correct that. Anyways, where do we leave off? And for that reason, it will be considered mostly a dud, at least by those who were hoping for geomagnetic storming and aurora. Well, good. I'm glad it was a dud. On the other hand, it did help maintain the solar flux index near the 170-80s range. Blah, blah. All the other regions have been mostly stable. 3590, say goodbye to it. Wait till it goes around the sun. It might come back again. That 35 or 76 came back around, and it's now this 3595. So this monster could survive a trip around the backside, and we might visit it another day with a different number now. With the AR 3590 getting close towards the west limb, we take a look at what might be approaching the east limb. Here we go. Old AR 3576 and perhaps a small companion will begin to turn into view off the southeast limb by this upcoming weekend, based on coronagraph imagery for the past 4 days. Okay, let's open up this tracker. Doesn't look like they have anything. Our tracker's not tracking anything. All right, that's fine. Good news. We don't have an inbound CME. All right, let's move on. That was the event on the 3rd. So, yeah, let's move on now. All right, come on over to spaceweather.com here if we can. All right. So, March is the best month of the year for auroras. Did you know that March is the best month of the year for auroras? It's true. A 75-year study shows that March has more geomagnetically active days than any other month of the year. Oh, great. October is a close second. This is due to the Russell-McPherson effect. In short, cracks tend to form in Earth's magnetosphere during the week and around equinoxes. Allowing solar wind to spark northern lights. It's the activity that happens on the sun around March and October that causes the 75-year auroras, or the best. Anyways, there's this. CME arrived, sparks geomagnetic storm, and overdue CME struck Earth's magnetic field on March 3rd. The impact sparked a G2 class magnetic storm and bright auroras around the Arctic Circle. Oh boy! Death colors in the sky. They're so pretty, telling you beware. All right. Enough of that. You can read this article. Oh, here. The CME was hurled into space February 28th when a magnetic filament connected to sunspot 3592 erupted. It was not aimed directly at Earth, and forecasters were unsure if it would deliver even a glancing blow. However, the impact was stronger than expected. I repeat, the impact was stronger than expected. All right, moving on. Let's take a peek at our Schumann. Our impact was stronger than expected. And look what's happening. So now we're going to have to sacrifice this focal point and all the blurry, wavy lines for position 2. So bear with me here. Because it's getting a little important here. Getting there. That's pretty good. We were going along pretty good here. We had a pretty strong magnetic field. We had some scraping going on. We were a little dimming, more grinding, more a little dimming. Now we have absorbed that energy, that KP 5.5, KP 6 energy that hit the auroras, that lit them up. It absorbed down to the core, and the core shell boundary, the dynamo, that boundary between the rotation of the two different surface areas, that boundary is getting closer and closer. And each time we take on more energy, it starts to grind. And we are so close that any kind of energy makes it react. And here's our reaction here on the Schumann. All right. Now we're talking our core and our shell are squealing really hard. It's like that wooden bird whistle chirper thing. Now you've taken the metal plunger part that you twist and you shoved it in there really hard. And you're squeezing and you're making it make this super high pitched, chirp. That's the effect that we're talking about down below that's causing intense. The white shows the intensity of these frequencies going down, all right? So we're having intense frequency right now. Let me even refresh this. We might get another bar here because any little bar at this point would kind of help. If we could get a refresh, Lord. Yep. Hey, see? And now we see a little continuation right here from where we just left off. So right now we just took on an impact. It absorbed. That's why I'm a stickler for absorption, as well as absorbing the word. Okay. We have absorbed some energy. It has set it off down at the boundary line. The two are scraping together and causing our Schumann resonance to go off. All right. We are also experiencing a pretty strong 7.83 as well. So, and then this frequency down here, I think our barrier might be a little bit lower. Or this could be a sign of magma rubbing up against the bottom of the crust right here, grinding at this frequency, because the lower frequencies are up here. This graph is kind of upside down, but I like this one better. Here's 0 up at the top. So there's 0 wavelengths and 1 wavelength and 2 wavelength, 3, 4, all the way down to 7.83 is right in between 7 and 8. So right there, almost 8 is where we resonate at. Then higher frequencies down below are where the magma rubbing up against the bottom side of the crust, I believe, because when these waves propagate out, they move through the magma at a certain speed. But when they hit something thicker, like the crust, waves slow down. That's why we see these low frequency ELF waves, really low, slow frequency. And then we see a barrier right here. I believe this might be where our magma barrier is. And this is the frequency that it resonates at. When magma moves, it makes a magnetic field. Magma moving on the underside of the crust, rubbing like that, would generate some kind of frequency like this. And that's why I believe that we're seeing this now. Pressure is building down below. This is an indicator of our pressure has built up down below. Just kind of for the newcomers that are here, because we got to explain it a little bit as we go. See our tonight's smiley face? Isn't he cute? Yeah, he's smiling at you. He's in love. All right. So I got it set up already here at our bipolar vortex. All right. And we can just get a tad bit of waviness out of there. Trying to get as nice and pretty like as I can for my audience with my rinky dink operation. Oh, we never went back to position one. That's why. There we go. Now it's a little better. Okay, so now you can see our strengthening vortex on this side. Last night it was kind of smashed out. It was a little more egg-shaped. It is getting more organized, more circular. This one is now getting smashed out. Do you see this? This flow that was flowing this way, now flowing across Greenland. And the fire hose where it splits up, it comes out the end of the fire hose and splits into two, rotating backwards across the USA. Okay, this backward flow up at those elevations. This is your highest elevation up here, your polar vortex, way up high in the latitude, or not latitudes, but the altitudes, is spinning backward against the direction that the weather wants to move. Weather wants to move this way, but way up higher, we got a faster wind that's fighting it. All right. Now, as we kind of position it here on the west coast a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Put your parachute on. We're going skydiving from space on down. And now, this is the transition zone. This is where you see the buckling effect. Let me go back real quick. It's rotating this way. Weather wants to go this way, but it's rotating against it right here, pushing it, making it buckle up here and dip way down here. That's your transition zone. That transition zone rubs off on your upper jet stream, causing this effect right here. This is your upper jet. Okay. Now let me remove the box and we'll take a little peek there for you guys under the hood. All right. You see this northern fetch right here coming down out of the Gulf of Alaska, mixing with moist air right here, still aiming at the west coast of, northern or southern Oregon, all the way down to the Mexican border. Now it's doing something different, though. You see this rotation up here. It's taking it and driving it up. It's driving it right up into the Great Lakes region now. And then we have this split jet with the southern fetch down here as well. Okay, so that's our jet stream, our upper jet. And it's going wonky because of the bipolar vortex up there. You see it holding up this ridge as well. You see the buckling here, making this thing split and go around, and it's making it should be running smooth. But we're also in transition. We're heading towards spring. So this is going to start doing this effect a little bit more. But here we go. Look at this setup. Now, what I need to do is we're going to open up the chute and take you down to this lower jet stream. Okay, you see the correlation between the upper and the lower jet. Now, the southern fetch isn't as intense at this altitude. We're down a little lower, but over here, it still is. You see this strong hook coming in here like this, and it's hitting northern California, Oregon area, swooping down like that, and then heading back out right up towards the Great Lakes. And then as we kind of come out here to the Pacific and take a peek at things to come here, you see this very strong jet coming off here, getting more organized, staying together right here, and then getting split by this little bridge right here. So there's more to come out here once this little thing, whatever happens with this vortex shifts directions every day and changes all this stuff up. If it doesn't shift for one day, then maybe it'll maintain this. But drastic changes up here at this have changed our weather pattern once again. Okay. Before it was coming out at this angle. Then it shifted and it was coming out at this angle. Now it's shifting back and it's shifting back. Now it's shifting back this way again. It's just so wonky. It's going back and forth. Sometimes the direction of the fire hose output like that, when it splits, points wherever it points. Sometimes see how it's coming down, pointing right at the East Coast here. Well, then it turns where, if it pointed way out here and turned, it'd be different. But right now, any shift in this angle right here, this angle that we're getting in between them. So if that angle shifts, even if the vortexes stay, their center stays located kind of centrally where they are, it's the shifting of this that's changing everything. And I believe we're seeing this effect from some of these passing bodies. And also during this time, during transition time, when a lot of these bodies visit the sun. That's why we have the uptick in sun activity, which also produces an uptick in earthquake activity. Go look at our strongest months for earthquakes are March and September, the same time period. So it's because of the solar activity. I believe that's what is affecting this. So any kind of shift in this angle lately has just been changing everything. So you got to see all the way down to here. There's your southern or your lower jet. And then we're going to come down to the weather. Take this out, and you can see this pattern. Moisture coming over this ridge, boom, coming into California. Here's our big storm that just moved through. It's got this nasty tail on it that's still whipping stuff up into it. See it? Here, let me pull it over here. You see it pulling moisture up off the Gulf? A lot of warm water in this region. Even though it's wintertime, this water is warmer than the air around it, and it causes a lot of convection. And when you see this tail, you see these storms and their tail is sucking moisture up like that, this is where we're going to see some of them frontal boundaries. The QLCS's, quasi-linear storm front. So here goes. Everybody's getting effects of this storm. And look, it's kind of shunting north. It looked like it was going to go across the country. Now it's picked up this weird northerly trajectory. So maybe that's good. All right, so we need to get on moving on. Sorry, I got to keep moving on. I got a lot of stuff for reading tonight, so I want to get to that. Particulates. Thank you. We're getting over to the sand. Thank you. Taking off. Here. We'll leave the wind on now. Okay, continuing sandstorm. Started back in November of 2023. It's months old now. In the wintertime, we are having out-of-season sandstorm that lasts longer than the ones we have in the summertime. We also have a secondary sandstorm now currently going, been lasting for a couple weeks now over here in China as well. We get these occasional pickups. You see the wind, now it's blowing this way across this region. All right, you see how it's coming off the ocean, and it's starting to pick up sand here and blow it this way. This region lately has been seeing sandstorms. Not so bad here, but when we get wind coming down this way, all of a sudden it builds a wall of sand right here that comes towards the coastline here, and we get a third sandstorm. This almost looks like a small little fart of a sandstorm right there going on as well. So one huge one. Our second one that's long duration now in the wintertime, and our area that occupies third every once in a while, depending on the direction of the wind. So, something wrong with the Earth. Okay, let's get on over to the SO2. You guys are so patient. A lot of you guys are bored with this part, but not a lot, but some. They're just eager to get to the other part. Let's just say that. All right, let's get her done. China, still very organized, very deep purple. Let me take the winds off there. Very organized, very deep purple. Let's go look at Java. All right, see a lot of the gas is offshore. Watch, the winds have blown it offshore. Yeah, see, our wind patterns are taking a bunch of that offshore. This island probably nice and purple if it weren't for the wind carrying a bunch of it away. A lot of activity going on around Java and up here in Sumatra on this island as well. And big old, that might be from the Singapore. Anyways, our island, even though it looks diffused a little bit, a lot of it is blown out into the ocean. Okay, so it looks diffused, but it's probably the pressure is still good in that region, kind of telling by China. Let's come on over to America, our country divided with a face divided. Take the wind off of there. All right. Boom. Bleeding out from that side over, kind of breaking up on this side, independent little spots, perforations in the crust, volcanic vents, wherever, hot springs popping up. All right, but as far as this side of the country, it has kind of darkened in a little bit. Yeah, that's the right color. Okay. Trying to be as honest about this as I can. All right, so, because I want you guys to be the judge of this as well. I'm not here to tell you how to think. I'm here to tell you I got a surprise for you. All right. Actually, this was a little darker last night. Well, these three are still pretty strong right there. I don't know if we've seen much of a change in pressure, even though there is more pressure down below because we're seeing it on the Schumann. Yeah, we got a good venting coming out here. The two eyes, the nose coming down, ear coming off. It kind of looks like a boar or a pig or something. All right, enough playing games. So our pressure is probably about the same, maybe increased around China. But other than that, we needed to get going. So let's get over to the earthquake report and let's dive in. Oh, look at this right here over in China. Bingo, 5.3 at a depth of 10 just hit in China because of all the pressure underneath there. All right, diving in, notice we don't have a deep quake in our origin spot today. But since yesterday's activity, we have seen residual 5-point energy at the surface right here. Oh, we are not getting that in the screen. There we go. Yeah, getting intense for people. I know. I can feel it too. 5 at the surface here, residual energy, energy from the quake yesterday, the deeper ones yesterday, firing off at the plate boundary. We saw stuff creeping down New Zealand yesterday, and looky what happened here. 6.7, way down here on the plate boundary, right by a fulcrum point right here. Hmm. 6.8, I see. That's almost a 7. There's no tsunami. I wasn't worried about the tsunami. I wanted to see what they were calling it, a 6.8. All right, so we have a 6.8 back in south of New Zealand there. It's coming back. Come on. Please, Lord, can we have the earthquake page back? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done it. All right, so close that out. And okay, there it is. I was going to say, did that quake just disappear? So, our big quake for the day down here at the surface, residual energy right there. All quiet through this zone. Let's go take care of that one real quick. Mid-range 4 right here at a depth of 67. And then, shall we dance? Here's our island of Java with a couple of volcanoes with huge blasts coming out of them. We also have Krakatau, which is another volcano in between Java. And then we have Marapi here on Sumatra going off. And we have this whole region filled in with earthquakes now, starting with a 5.5. Hey, not too shabby at a depth of 10. A 5.1 down at 62 right there, and a 4.4 down at 173. So a little deeper in this one right here. And we've been seeing quakes around Java last couple of days. So this energy right here, plus the volcanoes in this region, this has been our relief valve a lot lately. So the reason why we don't see Java so dark today was, even though it's blowing a lot of it offshore, is we've had pressure released here, these quakes, and I bet you we have had a couple of tall volcanic blasts here today too. Let's move on. Get this out of the way. A 5 here at Japan. Now, this is the region we've been watching over here in China. It's right outside the Gobi Desert. We actually have this lake up here, like a pressure plate formed lake up here. And this is where we've had this 5.3 at Kyrgyzstan at a depth of 10, though. So we're seeing a little increase in magnitude because pressure down below. And we've seen an increase activity and magnitude here. Down below here as well, and that was to be expected because we had that, what was it, a 5.8 down below here at our depth. So the rest of this all quiet, okay. Our activity was really over here today. I want to cover this before we get over there. These are matching 4.2s right here at the Cocos plate. Relieving energy, same magnitude. Then right out here, we have 3.5. There was a 3.5. Hey, they had a 4.0 right here just a little while ago. Where'd it go? Really? No way. There was a 4.0 right here. Well, I guess they downgraded it to 3.5, but just a few minutes ago before I went live, when this dot was red, it said 4.0, and this, another 3.5, probably another 4. I saw a little jump in activity right there, and they've kind of toned it down so it doesn't look like anything. I saw that. 4.0 down here at a depth of 97. And, oh yeah, right up here. Come here, you. 4.2 again up here. So a lot of mid-range 4s, but we have seen a little uptick in this 5 right here. These 5s right here. A 5 up here. This. Another 5 right here. This should have been 5 too. That's a 5 as well. All this evenly distributed 5 energy all over the place. All right, even up here. All right, so our mid-range 4s have now popped up to 5s. 4.2 here, Turkey. Watch out for Turkey. This is that spot here again. Oh, yeah, it is. This is where these two faults come together right here. A little activity in here indicates we might see future activity out of that region as a weak spot. You never know. There was a new volcano that went off today. It's not on the map, but we're going to go over here to the volcano report in just a second. Let me clear out some of these old instruments so they don't interfere with our... Okay, Lord, please let the volcano report work. Thank you. All right. Oh, thought you got away, huh? Semeru, Marapi, Sakurajima, Villarica, Nevada del Ruiz, Sabancaya, and Suwanosejima. Yeah, they're not talking about this. It's an uninhabited island. Can't think of the name of it right now, but it's an unheard of volcano that just came on the list. Well, I'll go look it up. It's not on this report, though. So far for... That's the 3rd? No, we're in March 4th. Good. Sakurajima, Suwanosejima, 7,000 feet. Luatolo, 7,000 feet. Semeru, on the island of Java, 15,000 feet. Let me get this a little bit darker so you can see that. What's going on there? Is that blinding the camera? Maybe it's my eyes. All right. Anyways, back to business. Semeru, on Java, 15,000 feet, plus the other Merapi. Where is it? Oh, let's just keep going. Marapi, which is on the opposite island over on Sumatra, 18,000 feet. We have Nevada del Ruiz, Sabancaya, Villarica, with no reports. But in between Sumatra and Java, we have Krakatau. And that one's currently erupting as well. They don't talk about it much, but it's on there. So Reykjanes saw this activity where lava came up right up to the surface. They started to evacuate people, but then no eruption. Well, now that we've had this latest bound of pressure, or this latest round of energy come in, building up pressure, we're seeing it down at the core react. It's going to rise up through the magma, and we're going to see Reykjanes probably erupt. Okay? I'm not going to try to predict stuff. I'm just saying, with that new inbound energy, the way the system's working, that we'll probably see Reykjanes erupt. Sakurajima, we're going to see a little increase in pressure, and we're going to see increases in elevations, and we saw a new volcano come to life. So Suwanosejima, 5,000 feet. Ibu, 7,000 feet. Luatolo, no, last time it sent me too far. Here we go. Semeru, East Java, 15,000. So we got another one out of there. Marapi, 18,000. Popocatépetl, 20,000. Fuego, still sporadic ash emissions. Nevada del Ruiz, a blast of 22,000 feet. Sabancaya. All right, so currently active right here. Bizamani, Ducono, Ebico, Erebus, Urda Ale, Fuego, Ibu, Krakatau, Luatolo, Merapi. Here's the one I wanted to talk about. Merapi on the island of Java. Can we please have this one up? Here we go. Currently erupting. All right, 4 out of 5. Where? All right, so Merapi volcano report, 21st to the 27th. I wanted to see more recent, but anyways, this is the other volcano on the island of Java. We have 2 volcanoes on the island of Java that are huge blasts. We have one at the middle. Krakatau is right. It's on here, or it used to be on here. It was on here. Krakatau and the Sunda Strait. That one's currently erupting. So that's 3 plus the one on Marapi on Sumatra. That's 4 right in that region where we had all these earthquakes. right here. Okay, so 2 volcanoes here, a third right in between, and then up here is Marapi with the quakes right in between, and the one on the other side of the volcano. So this area right here very active, and an increase in altitude. And these are 5.1 and 5.5. These are no slouch. These are picking up in magnitude. All right, so other ones to watch here on this list. Cotopaxi could possibly erupt again. Etna here in Sicily. Gamma Llama, which is the new one that came online here, is currently not as active, but that one could go. You might see a puff or two out of that. Kilauea seems to have not erupted. It just quakes out. So, Manam and Mayon are ones that jump back and forth. Nevada del Ruiz should already be over here. We just read in a report that it went to 22,000. So already active. Nishishima, what was the other one? Recahanus. This is the other one that'll probably jump over here and go active. Recon de Vieja, also in Costa Rica. I always talk about that one, but it never goes off. So, all right, so there's that. Now let's move on to our weather, get this out of the way, and do our spiritual report. This has been changing drastically so much each day that I might not even do the whole report. Let's just let the model run. I'll let you guys look at that for a minute. You got your timestamps and everything. You see this event going on here. More coming into the coast. This is the start again. Oh no, we're almost at the end. Sorry. Not getting the bar in there. There we go. Whew. All right, been a long day, long week. Current conditions, nighttime of the 3rd, up here in the corner if you can see it. Current conditions, nighttime of the 3rd. We're still undergoing the storm here in the Sierras. There's the morning of the 4th. By noon, it's still there. Going into the afternoon, a new round comes in. There's the nighttime of the 4th. Morning of the 5th. All right, I'm not even looking over here. A lot of rain coming together up here, but as we go in from the morning of the convection to the nighttime of the 4th, morning of the 5th, we see these pop-ups coming up into here. Meanwhile, still going activity over here. The morning of the 5th, there's noontime. Violent convection going there. By the end of convection, it seems to die out, which is strange. That might change. But still band of rain up there while another smaller storm moves into California here. There's the nighttime of the 5th, morning of the 6th. Look at how that thing wraps up in intensity. Watch out the morning of the 6th here for nocturnal tornadoes, morning time tornadoes. Noontime still going. There's the end of convection with almost a linear storm front right here. So watch out right along the coast right there. That could be some nasty weather by the sundown of March 6th. Going into the nighttime, the morning of the 7th, very, very violent weather right off the coast right there. Like the morning of the 7th, look out, you guys up there in New York, Long Island. There's the noon of the 7th. Convection of the 7th. Oh my God. Nighttime of the 7th. Morning of the 8th. Noon. You see how this is starting to wrap up and gain traction here. Severe weather by the noon time of the 8th. Going into convection there. Nighttime of the 8th. Still around. Morning of the 9th. Another storm moving in here. This one, big old comma shaped. Breaking up a little bit, but by noon. Convection. Nighttime, morning of the 10th, noon, convection. See this severe weather going on up here by convection of the 10th, skirting the coast by nighttime, the morning of the 11th, hitting Northern California, noontime going central. By convection, it's hitting the mountains. By nighttime, it's moved in. March 11th, nighttime. There's the morning of the 12th. It clears out while more comes in. Noon. This is all the 12th. That's noon. Convection, nighttime. It gets severe by nighttime up here, possibly on the 12th. There's the morning of the 13th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 14th, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime of the 14th, noon, or morning of the 15th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 16th, noon, convection, nighttime. Wow. Morning of the 17th, St. Patty's Day right there. Wow, look at that thing. That'll probably change, but that's going to be impressive storm right there. By the noontime, see how it's rotating back, high winds, heavy snow, blizzard, icing. I'll report more on when we get closer because that's going to change. But that's quite an impressive storm moving through the 17th because that's the nighttime of the convection. There's the nighttime of the 17th, morning of the 18th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 19th, noon, convection, nighttime. All right. Backing up real quick to this. So starting right about here, the night of the 15th, as we go into the 16th. So basically, starting the 16th in the morning through the noontime is severe weather. And by convection, you're going to have, it's offshore. Most of the severe weather is offshore, but at nighttime, you see this rotation. It's drawing it back up into the land again. And then by the morning of the 17th, you have severe tornado or severe weather hitting Long Island right there. Oh, I know all about March 17th, and that looks like payback. Oh, so everybody on the East Coast, pay attention. St. Patty's Day. It's going to be some ugly weather outside, so stay home and get drunk. All right. No, you shouldn't be getting drunk. You should be very sober right now. It's okay to drink. Just don't be drunk. All right. Now, there we are. Enough of this because it moves on out, and that's way out there. So, meantime, ongoing storm clears out by the 4th. We have another little round that moves in. You guys get some pop-up thunderstorms right there on the 7th. The 3rd, the 7th, 17th. Watch out for the 24th. Oh, boy. Why? What happens on the 24th? I can't tell you. All right, enough of that. Let's get on over to this now. I'm going to go ahead and play this for a minute and let you guys do your observations. Please play that. Okay. Try and get some... oh, I know. Oh, there we go. Oh, we need to mark down the lighting a little bit. All right, let's just look at that for a second and kind of take your time looking around. Those are all different entities and faces in the other realm looking down at us. Yeah. Yeah, what the heck? That's God's handiwork right there. When he says look up, that's why. Because there's stuff going on. Anyways, let me get my book light going here. Oh, these faces in the clouds. You know what one cloud said to the other cloud? Hey, look down there. That one looks like an idiot. Just a joke. It was bumper sticker joke or something I saw the other day. I thought it was quite clever. All righty. Wow. One-eyed, like Cyclops-looking face. Some of these characters I've seen before. Some of them are different. All right. Anyways, let me get my stuff set up here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I got to open up my channel here and get an image to read to. Unzoom. The sky is packed with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was a very busy sky. And if you look at it too long, it will give you a migraine headache and make your ears ring. It might even make you sick to your stomach too. But when you have this as your foundation and your rock, those images in the clouds, oh God, after this, please. Those faces in the clouds shouldn't scare you or disturb you when we have this face in the clouds that, come back here. Right there. There we go. There's a good pop of it right there. All right. Similar type activity going on in the clouds. That's why it says look up. There is so much going on in your clouds. If you saw what was going on up there, you wouldn't leave your home. You would pray every time you walk outside the door, like I do every day. Alrighty, so I have so much for you tonight, and I don't know where to begin. You know what? I do know where to begin. First, let's begin with a big, deep breath, you guys. You know how to do it. So everybody, take a few moments to do your breathing. Okay, bring your heart rate down. Curl up next to the fire. Grab your cat, whatever it is you like to do. Curl up in your vehicle. Get all comfy, because here it comes. All right. You guys can see me? Oh, good. You can see me. Okay. I love you with an everlasting love, which flows out from the depths of eternity. Before you were born, I knew you. Ponder the awesome mystery of love that encompasses you from before birth to beyond the grave. Modern man has lost the perspective of eternity. To distract himself from the gaping jaws of death, he engages in ceaseless activity and amusement. The practice of being still in my presence is almost a lost art. Yet it is the very stillness that enables you to experience my eternal love. You need the certainty of my loving presence in order to weather the storms of life. During times of severe testing, even the best theology can fail you if it isn't accompanied by experiential knowledge of me. The ultimate protection against sinking during life's storms is devoting time to develop your friendship with me. I am the Prince of Peace, and as I said to my disciples, I say also to you, my other disciples, peace be with you. Since I am your constant companion, my peace is steadfastly with you. When you keep your focus on me, you experience both my presence and my peace. Worship me as King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and most importantly, Prince of Peace. You need my peace each moment to accomplish my purposes in your life. Sometimes you're tempted to take shortcuts in order to reach your goal as quickly as possible. But if the shortcut requires turning your back on my peaceful presence, you must choose the longer route. Walk with me along paths of peace. Enjoy the journey in my presence. Um, do not be surprised by the fiery attacks on your mind. When you struggle to find me and to live in my peace, so don't be surprised by the fiery attacks on your mind. When you struggle to find me and to live in my peace, don't let discouragement set in. All right, that's so important, and I have to say it just right so your ears will hear it correctly. Do not be surprised by the fiery attacks on your mind. When you struggle to find me and to live in my peace, don't let discouragement set in. You are engaged in massive warfare, spiritually speaking. You are in spiritual warfare. The evil one abhors your closeness to me, and his demonic underlings are determined to destroy our intimacy. When you find yourself in the thick of battle, call upon my name. Jesus, help me. At that instant, the battle becomes mine. Your role is to simply to trust me as I fight for you. My name, properly used, has unlimited power to bless and protect. At the end of time, every knee will bow in heaven, on earth, and under the earth when my name is proclaimed. People who have used Jesus as a shoddy swear word will fall down in terror on that awesome day. But all those who have drawn near me through trustingly uttering my name will be filled with inexpressible, glorious joy. This is your great hope as you await my return. Okay. Let my presence override everything in you or everything you experience. I repeat, let my presence override everything you experience. Like a luminous veil of light, I hover over you and everything around you. I am training you to stay conscious of me in each situation you encounter. When the patriarch Jacob ran away from his enraged brother, he went to sleep on a stone pillow in a land that seemed desolate. But after dreaming about heaven and angels and promises of my presence, he awoke and exclaimed, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it." Surely the Lord is in this place. And now you guys are aware of it. Okay, so stay ever so close to me, and you will not deviate from the path I have prepared for you. This is the most efficient way to stay on track. It is also the most enjoyable way. Men tend to multiply duties in their observance of religion. This practice enables them to give me money, time, and work without yielding up to me what I desire the most, their hearts. Rules can be observed mechanically, and once they become habitual, they can be followed with minimal effort and almost no thought. These habit-forming rules provide a false sense of security, lulling the soul into a comatose condition. These habit-forming rules provide a false sense of security, lulling the soul into a comatose condition. I see it all over. What I search for in my children is an awakened soul that thrills to the joy of my presence. I created mankind to glorify me and to enjoy me forever. I provide the joy. Your part is to glorify me by living close to me. Just by living close to me. Is how you glorify me, just by living close. When you live close to me, you're on the path. Yeah, I guess I got more here. I am with you in all that you do, even in the most menial tasks. I am always aware of you, concerned with every detail of your life. Nothing escapes my notice, not even the numbers of hairs on your head. However, your awareness of my presence falters and flickers as a result of your life experience. When your focus is broad enough to include me in your thoughts, you feel safe and complete. When your perception narrows so that problems or details fill your consciousness, you feel empty and incomplete. So learn to look steadily at me in all your moments and in all your circumstances. Though the world is unstable and in flux, you can experience continuity through your uninterrupted awareness of my presence. Fix your gaze on what is unseen, even if the visible world parades before your eyes. Oh boy, now we're here. While you wait with me, I work on renewing your mind. As the light of my presence shines into your mind, darkness flees and deception is unmasked. However, there are many crevices where old thought patterns try to hide. My spirit can search out and destroy those enemies, but he awaits your cooperation. Habitual ways of thinking do not die easily. When the Spirit's light illuminates a hurtful thought, capture it by writing it down. Then bring it to me so we can examine it together. I will help you identify the distortions and replace them with biblical truth. The more you focus on me and my word, the more you can break free from painful, irrational thoughts. They usually have their roots in distressing experiences that wounded you, so the distortions are deeply etched into your brain. You may need to recapture the same thought multiple times before you gain mastery over it. You may need to recapture the same thought multiple times before you can gain mastery over it. But all that effort leads to a marvelous result: increased ability to live freely and enjoy my presence. I'm on picture. All right. Where was that other one? Another picture? No, we're just gonna keep reading to that one. Dang it, what was that other one? Okay, yeah. So, while you're looking there, it's a real image, okay? Just like this stuff back here that I was showing you before. There's all kinds of crazy faces in there. And I showed you that one right at the beginning. And so, your prayers are not cries in the dark. They rise to my kingdom of glorious light. Call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things. Mankind has long been plagued with eyes that do not see what is most important. People often fail to perceive the most obvious things. I can perform miracles before their very eyes, yet they see only mundane occurrences or label them as coincidences. I can perform miracles before their very eyes, yet they see only mundane obscurances and label this as a coincidence that it happened on Easter and turned into a lion. Such a funny coincidence. So, people often fail to perceive the most obvious things. I can perform miracles before their very eyes, yet they see only mundane occurrences or label them coincidences. Only the eyes of your heart can perceive spiritual realities. Only the eyes of your heart can perceive spiritual realities. I delight in people who have a teachable attitude. When you come to me eager to learn great things which you do not know, I rejoice. A good teacher takes pleasure in a student who puts forth extra effort to discover new things. I'm pleased with your desire to learn wondrous things from me. Your openness to my teaching helps you understand the hope to which I have called you, the riches of my glorious inheritance in which you share. You can look forward to living with me in the holy city where the glory of God provides the light. So, as the world grows increasingly dark, remember that you are the light of the world. Don't waste energy lamenting bad things over which you have no control. Pray about these matters, but refuse to let them haunt your thoughts. I said again, pray about these matters, but refuse to let them haunt your thoughts. Instead, focus your energies on doing what you can to brighten the place where I have put you. Use your time, talents, and resources to push back against the darkness. Shine my light into the world. I am the true light that shines on in the darkness, even the most terrible conditions. Your light originates in me and reflects from you. I have called you to reflect my glory. You do this most effectively by becoming more and more fully the one I designed you to be. So spend ample time seeking my face, focusing on my presence, and my word helps you to grow in grace and discern my will. Your time spent with me nourishes your soul, providing comfort and encouragement. Thus, I strengthen you and enable you to be a source of strength and courage for others. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, we got more. I ran out of something to drink. Hang on. Okay, so with the threat of terrorism looming over planet Earth, some people are saying and feeling that there is no place is really safe. In one sense, this is true. Evil people, especially terrorists, that includes politicians. When we say terrorists, I'm talking about your your politicians, your world leaders. Those are the real terrorists. Evil people, especially these politicians, are unpredictable and trustless. However, for Christian believers, there is no place that is actually unsafe. Your ultimate home is in heaven, and no one can rob you of this glorious inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fail. Furthermore, I am sovereign over everything, including your life and your loved ones. Nothing can happen to you or to them except what I allow. The truth is, the world has been at war ever since Adam and Eve first sinned. The fall in the Garden of Eden rendered the earth a dangerous place where good and evil contend against each other continually. So it's crucial to be alert and self-controlled. Remember that your ultimate enemy, the devil, has already been defeated. I have overcome the world, and you are on the winning side. My side. In me, you have peace. In me, you are always safe. Your times are in my hands, so trust in me. I am training you to feel secure in the midst of change and uncertainty. It can actually be a relief to realize you are not in control of your life. When you accept this human condition while resting in my sovereignty, you become increasingly free. Don't you? I'm not telling you to be passive or fatalistic. It is important to use your energy and your abilities, but what I want you to do is to do it prayerfully. Pray about everything and search for me in your moments. I am a God of surprises, so look for me in unexpected places. I invite you to rejoice in each day that I have made, asking me to orchestrate its details and events. Since I am in control of your times, you do not have to be anxious about making things happen faster. Rushing and anxiety go hand in hand, and I have instructed you not to be anxious. If you let me set the pace, I will bless you with peace that transcends all understanding. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, really? This too? Okay, I guess we got one more here. One more time. Thank you for your patience. You guys are enjoying this. Your life is a precious gift from me. Open your hands and your heart to receive each day gratefully. Relate to me as your Savior and your friend, but remember, I am also your Creator God. All things were created by me. As you go through each day that I gifted to you, look for signs of my abiding presence. I am with you. I am with you, watching over you continually. On bright, joyful days, speak to me about the pleasures I provide. As you thank me for them, your joy will be expanded abundantly. On dark, difficult days, grasp my hand in trusting dependence, and I will help you. Your physical life is an amazing gift, but your spiritual life is a treasure of infinite value. People who don't know me as Savior will spend an eternity in terrible separation from me. But because you belong to me, you will live with me forever, enjoying a glorified body that will never get sick or tired. Since I have saved you by grace through faith, let thankfulness for this incredible gift fill you and with overflowing joy. Yeah. Let this incredible gift fill you with overflowing joy. It's a gift. It's a foundation. It's everything. Everything. Just awesome. So grateful for all you guys. All right. Hope you enjoyed tonight's reading. Sorry, I'm a little tired and sore. I've been shoveling and snowblowing and rescuing people since 4 in the morning yesterday, well, the day before yesterday in the morning. So, been a long haul, a lot of snow. I'm a little tired, but got the show done and enjoyed my time with you guys. And you know what? We got a few minutes here. I failed to do what I wanted to do last night and let you guys ask any questions or any last little things here while I go through the chat and thank some people. Diana, Surfer Girl, Hopkinson, of course. Thank you for always sharing, Hopkinson. You're so awesome. Jimmy Satterfield, thank you. You're awesome, dude. I love your reactions to my readings. I know you hear me. Oh, let's see. Just the very people chattering. Oh, good. Oh, that's you. Grace Johnson. Somebody new. Well, welcome, Grace. And who was the other one I saw there? Yeah. All right. Oh, TJ, thank you for being here. Yeah. All right. I know there's a little delay here, so I'll give you guys a minute if you want to put any last comments or questions or anything here while I take a last little sip. We have this event here. Let's put that on for a minute so you guys can stare at that for a minute. Whoops. I think we went one zoom too many. Right there's good. I'll just let you guys peek around there for a minute. And once you get a hold of this link, you can take this and pause it. You know, when it rotates around to a certain part you want, you can pause it and look at it more closely and examine. Because this panning around like that is, you capture a face, but then as soon as you capture it, it moves out of frame. So I'll put that in that link up there so you guys can click through that a little bit. Good. Diana loves the peaceful word. I love the peaceful word too. You know, we are living in a society of chaos. You just see that what's going on and how it could be, you know, I don't know how people are making it without Jesus right now. They're probably starting to freak out as they see the world events unfold and they don't understand what's going on. I think here at this channel, you guys probably have a much deeper, richer understanding. And I feel that you guys will have that good absorption of your foundation here. Right there. Good shot right there. Happened on Easter, turns into the lion. All right. Well, there we go. Not new, just don't comment much. Oh. Okay, well, thank you, Grace. Feel free to comment whenever, or feel free not to. We're all cool here. Oh, there's Joanne. Oh, thank you for popping in there. 100%, Brian. I love you, Jimmy. Dude, we're gonna chill. It's gonna be so cool chilling with you. And Grace, yeah, I'll give you a big old hug. And we're gonna dance. Yeah. We're gonna have a nice time. All right. all these other people are going to, well, they're going to pay. It's they're going to they're going to suffer the very thing that they inflicted on others. So if they're wondering what their punishment is, well, you might as well just look into your past and what you did to other people and expect that tenfold. It's you gotta we're running out of time for forgiveness here. The clock's running out here. It doesn't last forever. And with this kind of activity happening yesterday, that happened yesterday over Australia. The heavens are peeking through the veil. All kinds of different creatures and entities, faces, just the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm on display right there in the clouds. Big time. Yeah, everybody's getting a little tired. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, but I just kind of figured I'd let you guys ask any questions or any comments there. We got our 20 here, our tight knit little group here, our little family. Pretty cool. And how does it feel being one in a million when you're out there walking around and you're grocery shopping or you're doing your daily thing and you know about the spiritual realm and the other 99% of the people around you don't? And they have no idea what's going on or what's about to happen. But you guys do. So you're very special. You got eyes to see and ears to hear. You were searching and searching, and you found me. Congratulations. Now we can have some peace together in the midst of adversity. There was a NASCAR race on today, and I watched one of the drivers get hit with a plastic trash bag. It was so big that it covered the front part of the car, and he had to pull off to have it removed, which put him way, way back in the race, lap down. But by the end of the race, after overcoming obstacles, he finished in the top 10. Didn't necessarily win the race, but still managed to finish in the top 10, which is a hard thing to achieve without the affliction or the interruption, the difficulties to overcome. So a lot going on. Anyways, just kind of wanted to say I love you all. I miss you all. And God bless you all as we watch these signs in the heavens and the signs all unfold. You'll all know that you got a real rock and a real foundation to hold on to. It's a real man with real feelings and emotions, and he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And he loves you guys. If you just understand the sacrifice, it's kind of odd how in this country we appreciate the sacrifice of our soldiers, right? Don't get me wrong here. We appreciate the sacrifice our soldiers have done overseas. They give their life. They give body parts. They, lose their minds. A lot of things happen to soldiers that dedicate their lives to our country. And I forget the point I was trying to make, but you guys are soldiers as well. And here's somebody who sacrificed, much like a soldier did, who's missing in action, all right, presumed dead because everybody observed him get killed, right? They're hoping he comes back, right? He said, "You can't kill me. I'll be back." And everybody's hoping he'll be back. He's a wounded, fallen soldier who's missing in action and gets no respect for that. We respect that out of our soldiers. Why can't we find that same respect and love for our Savior, who is going to battle for you in the spiritual realm that would make most Marines or Navy SEALs pee their pants. And he fights on your behalf. Even wounded and injured and in excruciating pain, he still fights for you, just like a soldier does for this country. And we need to show respect to the King of Kings for the battle that he fights for us. All right? He's a hero. We need to recognize real heroes. Anyways, that's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. I am already back. This stuff follows me everywhere I go. Why do you think it follows me wherever I go? Maybe because I'm back. And you guys know it. And I love this family. You guys hang in there. Remember, you're good. You guys are all good. No anxiety. Peace be with you. And anybody that wants to hop on board, peace be with them as well. I love you all. God bless you all. Until my next show, like I said, I will be back. I am already back.